Hello there, Internet. Mogwai here, and I got another video for you guys today. Today I'm going to feature my favorite 3-color combination in MTG, which happens to be Sultai, and a deck that I'm very excited to share, as I believe is one of the most competitively viable lists that I've brewed up until now, ever since Ravnica Allegiance was released. And I'm super excited to share it with you because I built this deck basically yesterday, the day I'm recording this, morning, and I showcased it off in my stream, right? And I had tremendous success with it and also a huge amount of fun. This is a mid-range Sultai deck. Mid-range in card games is a sort of strategy that is neither too quick to be considered aggro, nor too slow to be considered control. It's like the middle ground, hence, mid-range. It's a form of play that adapts to what you're facing. So if you're facing a control deck, you try to outpace them with this build. If you face an aggro deck, you try to slow them down and then come back later down in the game. It's very flexible, and it's a very, cool and rewarding archetype, not an archetype, sorry, a strategy to play. There's a lot of mid-range decks running around right now. The one that perhaps you're the most familiar with in the current standard metagame is the mid-range Golgari deck. And this is, it plays out pretty similarly to that, but we have a Sultai variant of it. And a lot of inherent synergies lie within this deck, which I'm going to try to tackle all of them. Because it's quite a bit that I have to talk about with this list. I'm actually very, very proud of it. I tweaked it quite a bit, and it's, like I said, been working really well for me. And there's a lot happening with this build, so hopefully I can explain it as best as I can. It's, like I said, a mid-range Sultai list that curves up all the way up to potentially Hydroid Craxus, right? We have a bit of everything, really. We have a bit of ramp, we have health gain, we have card draw, we have resurrection, and a bunch of graveyard synergy as well, alongside counter spells. I'd say the heart and soul, or the key component of this deck, which makes it different from other mid-range lists currently, is the Frilled Mystic, a 4-mana 3/2 with flash, which means you can cast them at instant speed. And with the ability that it says that whenever he enters the battlefield, you may counter target spell. So he's basically a counter spell with a 3/2 body, which enables you to apply a lot of pressure onto your opponent. This card enables you to really dominate the control matchup because you can counter a key spell from them and also apply board pressure onto them at the same time. And one of the reasons why I was encouraged to try to build a Sultai mid-range deck is because I was very attracted towards the potential synergy with the likes of Frilled Mystic and Hydroid Craxus with Bind Finality. The idea that I can return a counter spell from the graveyard to my hand and also search for that counter spell through the likes of Vivian Red, or I've always pronounced her Vivian Raid, but I've had a lot of people telling me that's wrong, so I'll go with Red. Vivian Red? Vivian. Fuck that. The fact that I can do all these things is really, really cool. Like, it's actually very powerful too. It's one of the reasons why I think this deck is so efficient. So we have a good set of curved creatures, or a good curve of creatures with fine to be able to bring them back, or also enable us to board wipe in specific matchups. We have Hadana's Climb alongside Growth Chamber Guardian and Incubation Druid. One of the cool things that I like from this deck is that I can curve out into Incubation Druid turn 2, and then on turn 3 drop Hadana's Climb. At the beginning of the combat phase, I put a +1/+1 counter on Incubation Druid, and I activate her. So what I mean by activate her, I enable her to be able to tap for 3 mana instead. So these two not only apply, like Hadana's Climb can not only apply offensive pressure, but it can also enable me to ramp in conjunction with this. Also with Growth Chamber Guardian, the same. Not ramping, but I can search for other Growth Chamber Guardians. Therefore, I fade it through my deck, and also I gain card advantage in the process. So that's a very strong, like, early game combo right there that enables me to get the upper hand, really. We also have the likes of Hash's Taker, because this particular deck is more focused on green and blue. Black is kind of like the splash here. So running the likes of Ravenous Chupacabra can become a bit of a liability because of the requirement of 2 sources of black mana to cast it, right? With Hash's Taker, she's easier to cast for us, and in a mid-range matchup, she can be absolutely devastating. Also really solid against Boros Weenies decks, for example, when you can take out their 1-drop and play it immediately. Hash's Taker is very strong, and also works obviously very well with the likes of Find, right? We have Growth Spiral too, because I feel like this card is kind of a staple for like any sort of Simic based deck. It's just really good. It enables you to ramp and also thin through your deck, and it's especially good in this deck too because we do like to ramp, as we do have some big boy plays to make in the late game, like Hydroid Craxus. On top of this, we have Vivian Red, as I said, Eldest Reborn, which is really good in the control matchups as well. Double Carnage Tyrant, one copy of Vraska Relic Seeker to apply pressure and end the game in certain scenarios. Very, very happy with her too. And Muldrotha, the Gravetide, which I'm going to showcase off in the gameplay that I had as well. This card, oh man, this legendary creature just put in the massive work. I tried making her work in my Reanimator Sultai deck, which I uploaded a few days ago. She didn't really do anything. I think it's a she. It's a slime, but I don't know. Muldrotha kind of like sounds like a female name to me. I don't even know if that's true, but whatever. She is amazing in this build. I can recast Eldest Reborn right after it procs. So if I resurrect Muldrotha with Eldest Reborn, I can cast it again. I can recast Hadana's Climb if it's destroyed. And obviously, I can cast my creatures from my graveyard. Muldrotha makes my graveyard a second hand, basically. And it is insane when she goes through, and she's not slow at all for this kind of list because of the ramp that we have with both Growth Spiral and Incubation Druid. The way this deck flows is just honestly beautiful. Like this exceeded my expectations, to be honest. And I may seem like all over the place with this explanation, but I'm like very excited to share this with you guys. I have one off of Dive Down because there's really good synergy with my Incubation Druids, my Hostage Takers, obviously, and the likes of Muldrotha, being able to protect them from removal. I liked it as a one-off, and it's definitely been putting in the work. Don't like running more copies of it because it can hinder my draws if I draw more than one copy of Dive Down. But as a one-off, I really, really like it. And obviously Hydroid Craxus as our late game way to retain health and also draw cards and refuel ourselves. Very good with Find as well because we can play it early on in the match for little value, but some presence, and then we can return him to our hand and cast him again. Or we can cast him with Muldrotha too. Like I said, this deck really flows well. We have a sideboard as well, but it is a work in progress, as it's a bit too heavy on black for my taste, because we don't have enough black mana to cast Cry of the Carnarium and Vraska's Contempt consistently. So, like I said, it is a work in progress. I feel like I can make the sideboard better, but it has worked really well for us in best of 3 as well. And I just feel this deck is really powerful, really efficient, and most importantly, very, very fun to play. So hopefully you guys enjoy the gameplay. I'm going to go ahead and say, that I expect the Backseat Gaming Police to come, and I'm going to make a bit of a statement. I know there's certain matches in which I could have played a bit more aggressively. There's some weird calls that I make. Like in one instance, you see me like attacking with everything except the Growth Chamber Guardian. But that's because in certain scenarios, I change my mind over a line of play that I'm going to make. And not saying it's the right thing to do, but just explaining why there's certain calls that I make that may seem a bit questionable. It's easy to see from the outside all the mistakes and all the misplays, and I don't expect, backseat comments to go away like they are a part of card game, YouTube. Like, I've been doing this for a while, and I know that's always going to be a thing, but just keep in mind, that I'm aware of my misplays, and some of these games may seem like they drag out quite a bit, but they were very fun for me to play, and I took a more safe approach at them because I know that once I set up my late game, it's very hard to stop. So playing a little bit preemptively and not going all in, because it depends on what my opponent does in certain scenarios, like hunting. I could have hunted for an Eldest Reborn earlier on in the first game, as you guys will see. But at the same time, I didn't know if he was going to be willing to trade or not. I didn't want to leave myself too open for a huge hit. Like a lot of the decisions that I made were taking into consideration what my opponent could or could not do, and I took a more slower approach at it. But I hope you guys enjoy the games regardless, because I think they're pretty damn good against really good decks as well. And they just showcase off all the synergies, or at least most of them, that this build can provide. And like I said, very excited to share this deck with you. So hope you enjoy it. Have a solid day. I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. What I have to say all the time, right? They seem like they're going in the right direction now, at least, especially with Jason Slama as the lead. I love that guy, and I've said it before in the past. We're gonna keep this in. I've said it in the past. That guy, Jason Slama, is like authentic. Like, I've met him personally, and he's always like that. He's like just super nice, very just a genuine guy, humble as well, and clever too. I think he's a great decision for the game director part. He's great. He's great. Like, I've met him a couple of times, and he's really good. But at the same time, God, this 3-drop is so good. This 2-drop is so good. This is so good. But I think Gwent has a long way to go. I don't think the gameplay is compelling right now, and they need to fucking stop printing cards that just do literally the same thing. Like, deal damage, or plus strength, minus strength, plus strength. Like, they need to make cards more compelling and interesting. Like, and they have a long way to go in that sense. Utilizing Hostage Taker is a little bit dangerous. I have several options here. I could go Hostage Taker. He would need out of Ravenous Chupacabra. I'm gonna, yeah, the odds of him, I'm gonna go for Hostage Taker, honestly. It's dangerous to steal this, though, because when it comes back on the board, that's why I run Dive Down as a one-off, but he has to have another source for Black Bana, and okay, there we go, nice. Really good. We're gonna go with this. We don't have to worry about a finality wiping our board just yet. Eldest Reborn. All right. One, 2, 5, 6. I'm gonna do this. I can't play the I cannot play the Hydroid Craxus. Okay. We have a total of 5, 6, 7. But that finality is really threatening with wiping our board here. So I'm gonna bait it out of him. gonna attack with that. And now I forced the Find Finality out of his hand, which means I can answer with my own Eldest Reborn the following turn, and then we can get going. Because if he wants to play Finality, he needs to pay all of his mana. So unless he found, oh, he's not going for it. He's not going for it. He can Finality me now. I was convinced he would Finality here. Play Crafter, alright. Oh, so he's not using that as, okay. Not what I expected, especially when he's like so low on health. But one thing's for sure. These Hostage Takers have put in the massive work. Giving me ridiculous value here. What if I Finality here? No, I can always wait a little bit. I could just play the Snake here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 mana. 8, which means we can pay 6 for this. I think that's fine. Or maybe we can wait out one turn. We can play the Craxes and we can...
Wild animals I like. People, not so much. Sometimes restoration means retribution.
Well, that kind of sucks. How much mana we got? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's perfect. So we can go with this. Preserve 2 of those.
I didn't live through hell to lose to come to me.
We're gonna take it slow. We have the counter now. I mean, sure. That's fine. That's not something I'm concerned about. I can counter that though. Did I? I love this 4-drop.
The wilds are my shield.
You can attack and if he trades his Explorer. Yeah, no, I know. I was... But I know that was a possibility, but I was taking it easy. I was making sure I create my own setup because I plan on capitalizing on this Finality myself. I know that's in a line of play that I was considering, which is why I'm taking my time quite a bit. Ooh. 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 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, it's about time we go smack him a little bit. And we just find Finality his ass. Do I mind about keep? I mean, this isn't as important, right? I've already taken all of them, right? Yeah. We'll just go with this land play. Nice. Okay. That's fair. Big boy Muldrotha time! Beautiful. Fucking A! Fucking A! Oh my god! That's so satisfying. Oh my god, that's so good. That was just meant to be. All the way to step for that. Oh my god. Oh baby. What do we have here? Why not?
I've lost so much already. I will meet my newest friend.
Oh, baby. Counter spell. Oh my god, this is disgusting. This is actually disgusting. Muldrotha for the win! Get obliterated. Not even bad. We keep this hand. Could be a little bit slow, but we got everything that we need from our curve here. What other deck ideas would you guys like to see? I could use some ideas for the YouTube videos. Like, let me know. Like, if there's anything that you guys would like for me to try to build, because I'm all for it. Esper or Azorius Midrange or tokens for Dovin. Esper artifacts with Dovin and Karn and Tezzeret. That's actually pretty dope. Hey man, are you Brazilian? I am a fake Brazilian. But my girlfriend is Brazilian. Okay, so we're facing a control deck. Jund? Mid-range or something specific? How about Abzan tokens? Green, white, black? I actually want to build a Saproling, Abzan Saproling deck with Teysa Karlov. That seems pretty cool. I don't know about you guys, but Sultai's my favorite. My favorite like tricolor combination. What's yours? Sultai has always been my favorite. Like, it combines my three favorite colors, right? My favorite color is black, followed by blue, and then followed by green. And Sultai has all three, so Sultai is my favorite. Okay. No. Nice. Get that shit. Get that shit out of here. Ain't nobody got time for that fucking bullshit. while we're at it,
Get that out.
get that out of here. You fool. Oh boy.
Balance comes.
Guess we gotta take this. I mean, this is pretty useless in this matchup. God damn, dude. I guess I jumped the gun, destroying the search for Escanta. I don't think it was a bad play, but holy fuck, this card is nuts, dude. This card is actually nuts. There we go. It begins. Holy shit! Am I gonna lose this game because I let the second one go through? Is this how it's gonna? Holy fuck, dude! Jesus. Dude, I feel like I have to, because I could get a... Gotta do this.
You can't stop nature.
That's crazy, dude. We gotta leave the counter up for Nexus of Fate.
Feel the wrath of Scala.
I'm gonna play the hostage taker just so that I can apply some pressure. Okay.
Meet my newest friend.
Okay, so now we have a total of 5, 9. We have 9 mana. Which means we can't play Karn's Tyrant yet, but we can play you. Again, we gotta preserve the
The wilds are my shield.
we another source of counterspell there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Come to me.
Fuck yeah. Well, good luck with your top deck. He's gonna get a free draw. Oh my god, this card is so busted. Well, one more draw. That's it. That's it. That's all you can have. Oh! GG. There we go! You're fucking destroyed! Number 100, Filthy Nexus! Out of my sight! Out of my sight, baby! Oh, that was one of the most satisfying wins I've had in a while. Holy shit. Dude, I don't know how I do it. I don't know how I have 26 cards. I'm gonna keep this because we have the curve, but I do not know how I manage to start off with 2 lands or less in my every single one of my opening hands. When I have 26 lands in my deck. Like, this has happened like 5 games in a row. We still keep this because we have the Druid and the Adonis Climb. So we can curve out into this and we can ramp. Like, this is too good of an opening for us to, like, not do it, right? But, you know, I would like to draw into some lands as well, naturally, like. Okay, so we can curve out into that. Alright, so if he has another land, he can curve out into Vivian Raid with those 2 land overalls, and he can take down this Adonis Climb.
Beasts are much more reliable than humans. This is nothing.
gonna play a Carnage Tyrant so I can set up a fine finality next turn. And I can kill Vivian in the process.
Balance comes.
He's gonna get value out of it. Hopefully he doesn't have a Carnage Tyrant of his own. Okay, so never mind. We will attack Vivian anyways.
Back, just like before.
If I could get one land, I could use Os's Sticker to steal one of the land of our elves here. I'll take the hit, it's fine. Actually, I think of a forest there. Regardless, now I can play Finality next turn. Hopefully it doesn't have like a... Bye-bye! There we go. Okay, so what did he have in particular? I mean, he has some Process Contempt. So some Duresses could put in the work, but I'm not sure. I mean, honestly, like, I like my entire lineup, to be fair. Maybe I could take out one Carnage Tyrant and take out and put on another Eldest Reborn. Eldest Reborn seems really good here, especially because he could have his own Carnities. Let's go with this. What is this deck supposed to be? It is a Sultai Midrange deck. Alright, guys, we got a hand with like more than 2 lands. Holy shit. Oh my god. We did it. Now we're going to attempt to play the Hadana's Climb next turn. Okay, we're taking quite a big hit here, but do this. We're taking, like I said, a big hit here. Yeah, I did that because I know he has no black source of mana. Okay, now keeping that is very, very important. But let's play you first. Can tap this for 3 and play this. Yeah, I think I do that first. We want to play Eldest Reborn because we want to steal his Vraska Relic Seeker.
I leave dead bodies wherever I go. Ready to join them.
Alright, that Vraska Relic Seeker is pretty strong there.
Here comes the BJ. Here comes the BJ.
He just cast it again, baby. I got Muldrotha! Should I cast it again? I mean, I get a huge hit off on him. Why not? Okay, let's make sure we spend the right mana. We want to make sure that we keep those. So we're gonna tap you, tap you, tap you. We're gonna cast the Hadana's Climb from our graveyard. Jesus, calm down. I couldn't even see the timer, so I don't know how bad it is, but... Denied. Denied!
The ends justify the means.
Okay, so what if I... Do I want to kill the Midnight Reaper? Drops him down. I want to kill the Midnight Reaper. There we go.
My mission is more valuable than your life.
We can hit him for 18 to the face. But we're still not quite there yet to kill him. Okay, so this is how much mana. Let's do this.
Crew, attack at will.
This is how much mana. This is a total of 4. I have a total of 6, which means I can use 2. No, but I want to cast... Jesus, calm down. Oh, fuck, man. Dude. Fucking timer, seriously. Chill. Okay, I probably fucked up. That was like very risky. That was extremely risky on my part.
Consider it done.
That was super risky on my part. Okay, we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can kill this and we can go 8 on this.
You will be left with nothing.
Release the Crassus! I'm on it. Yeah, that was super risky because if he had an Explorer, he could have buffed up by 2. Yeah, that last play, like I almost blew it there. But we're stabilizing. We are stabilizing. I repeat, we stabilizing. Muldrotha! Get back here! God, this card is so cool with this deck, dude. It's insane. It's actually insane. Does this work the way I think it works?
I'll take what's mine.
I can cast that creature, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my god, this is glorious. Yeah! At this point, we can just discard, well, we can discard lands. Yeah, boy. And we got him! That's how you do it! Oh, God, I love this deck. Nice.